Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh my goodness. We are about to see for the first time on video the leader of EMP.money. You guys know I did a video with this lead team. We met Crypto Mike. We heard from AJ, but AJ is really the spearhead behind EMP.money. And if you guys have been tracking EMP.money, this thing is blowing up. This is the thing people are talking about in DeFi. James Pelton, others, everybody's talking about what is happening with EMP.money because it's literally blowing up. And so many of you are in Drip, Animal Farm, but like you can't pretend to ignore the success of what's happening with EMP.money. So I got a hold of AJ Brockman, who's about to join us live. And I said, bro, I think now is the time you got to dox yourself because there is literally millions of dollars. We've got about 50 mil now. TVL. I said, investors, they really get security when they see faces when you're doxed. And a lot of these people, they don't dox themselves. And I just think it'd be really important to do it. And AJ's like, I agree, man, let's do it. And so for the first time on video, AJ Brockman is going to dox himself. We're going to have an honest conversation. We're going to talk about EMP. We're going to talk about whether it's too late to invest. Maybe you're on the sideline and you're like, I don't know. I don't want to get in at the top. So let's bring on AJ. AJ Brockman, let's dox. Welcome to the channel.
Awesome, brother. All right, here we go. Let me turn on my camera.
There
All
he
right.
is.
What's up? What's up, everyone? Hello, hello. Happy to be here.
Dude, AJ, thank you so much for joining us and for doxing. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
brother.
I wanted to ask you before the video if it's okay to the elephant in the room is, hey, here's AJ and he's in a wheelchair. So AJ, you're an awesome inspiration. Your story's incredible. I know a little bit of it, but not everybody
Thanks,
does.
brother.
Can you
Yeah.
share a little bit about your journey and yeah, talk a little bit about the wheelchair?
Yeah, bro, no doubt. So again, I always show my face, but those of you have been asking, let's go out, let's fully dox. And again, I mean, I feel like it's appropriate to do that now. We want to instill confidence in everyone. We're not going anywhere. We've proven that we're here for the long run. And yeah, so a little bit more on my background. So yeah, I am in a wheelchair. I have a condition called SMA, spinal muscular atrophy. It's basically I'm basically a quadriplegic with full feeling. So I wasn't in a car accident. It's a neurological condition similar to ALS. For those that might be familiar with that. But basically, it makes all my muscles extremely weak. And I've been in a chair, an electric wheelchair, since I was 2 years old, and I've never let it hold me back, brother. I have a college education. I went to art school. I have a successful career as an artist. I have multiple businesses outside of crypto that have been extremely successful. I did a digital painting for President Obama.
Yeah.
Got to meet him, and that painting is now in one of his private libraries. So I've had an incredible life, and again, I never let it hold me back. And I found crypto back in 2014, and went full time crypto in about 2016, 2017. And again, I try to always prove myself, based on my actions and not my human condition. And that's why again, crypto was so attractive to me as well, because it gives power to the people. And no matter of what your limitations might be, we all have our own struggles in every way. But crypto gives us that financial freedom and that financial power over the man, so to speak. So yeah, brother, absolutely.
Man, I love it. It's such an inspiring story. And I think when people see the face and hear the story of people behind these protocols, it inspires confidence. So for you, what was it exactly? Like if you were to be the therapist in the room looking at AJ, what would the
Yeah.
therapist say as to why AJ got excited about crypto and being a part of a developer and a developing team behind a project like this? Like, why do you think subconsciously crypto had your name on it?
Yeah, no doubt, brother. So again, I've been an investor in crypto, like I said, since 2014, and I saw in all these other projects what they did wrong. And like from an investment standpoint, like I always thought to myself, man, I could be doing this so much better. And again, I mean, I didn't feel like I was ready in the beginning. I wanted to put in my 10,000 hours to learn everything I could, to develop the relationships, and to build my own portfolio. I mean, again, now I have a multi-million dollar portfolio that, again, I'm not reliant on dumping on my community or taking profits. I wanted to build a protocol that where everybody can win. And we're not a security. We built an actual economy around controlled inflation. We never had a pre-sale. You know, don't expect any profit from the work of others. And now we're delivering. I mean, again, we just put this code out on the internet, and I'm doing everything I can to help my own bags. But in the process, we've been able to really put together an incredible formula that everybody can win. And I think a lot of projects say that. Um, I think that's kind of the new buzzword. You know, everybody can win. But in our protocol, it's based on the actual math. Um, and again, through controlled inflation, because inflation is not necessarily a bad thing if it's done properly. So, and that is how everybody can win. Again, all while having exposure to the money of the internet, Ethereum. So it's been a win-win, brother.
Yeah, we know EMP.money is pegged to the success of Ethereum. Clearly, the markets are, I mean, the whole markets. You look at the NASDAQ, we're in the worst period of all of 2022 in the last
For
couple
sure.
trading sessions. You got Bitcoin down today, Ethereum down today. Clearly, the success of EMP.money is tied to Ethereum. Does that concern you when you see dips in Ethereum?
No, brother. I mean, that's if anything, I'm more bullish on that than anything. So typically, we are what they call a seniorage project, and seniorage is just a fancy word, you know, for again controlled inflation. It's what the Romans and American Federal Reserve. It's the economic model that they've been using for thousands of years, and we apply that to the blockchain. And why this is so important is, rather than some government entity or centralized figure that can just print money at will, we actually allow the participants in our protocol to own that power. So the inflation goes to those that have e-shares, which is our reward token, um, and our governance token, and that again helps the whole ecosystem function. So yeah, it's a way to again, yeah, be really responsible with the economics.
Yeah, I want to get into the actual protocol and take a look at how to navigate around because it is more of a complex protocol than just a simple miner.
It
But
is.
let's talk a little bit more about how you got connected with the lead team because one thing I know, when I invest is I don't want to be rug pulled. I don't want to hear about some secret exploit or anything like that. And
For sure.
honestly, knowing you and your story and all that, like I've never been more confident in a team that isn't going to rug pull me, isn't going to do something shady. You own a bag, your team owns a bag, and you guys, it's over 4 or 5 months old now, right? The
Yep.
project, and you
Yep.
guys
We're going
aren't
on 4 months. Yep.
you're you without saying how much you have, I mean, you easily could dump. You guys aren't dumping on your community. You guys do something which is crazy. I complain sometimes about communication in some of these other protocols. That isn't a complaint anybody has with EMP.money because every day or you or somebody, right, are doing live AMAs with
Yes.
your group, with your Telegram at the same time every day, and everybody gets to ask their questions. And so I just love the community aspect. I love your commitment to the team. Talk about how you formed this lead team, how it was created, and why you guys are trustworthy in the DeFi space.
Yeah, absolutely. So we may get into this later. I just want to back up real fast because the previous question you asked about being exposed to ETH. Typically, seniors projects are pegged to like a stable token. And although in a market like now, that can be really attractive where you're locking in your gains, and we always suggest, again, not financial advice, to have some stable coins to protect yourself. But the fact that we are pegged to ETH has so much upside potential, and I think that again is one of the reasons why we're seeing a lot of success. And again, we can go into more of that later. I just want to address that real fast. So
Sure.
back to your original question about the team, for sure. So um, over the last 4 or 5 years, I have developed some incredible connections. I'm a whale in a lot of other protocols. I'm part of a lot of other, really important groups of individuals that are building and innovating. And again, shout out to Forex, to BT, to all the other innovators in the space that have been doing great things. We want to learn from that, and we want to make it even better. So I developed a relationship with our lead developer, Jake. There's a total of six, what we call the Select Six. There's six of us. So it's myself, Jake, Crypto Mike, which has been on your channel, and then three others, a guy by the name of Demi, a guy by the name of Lunas, and a guy by the name of Marty. And all six of us made a commitment to each other, again, to not dump on our community. We were the Genesis whales of EMP, and we said, we're going to grow this project for the next year before we even think about taking any sort of profit, like even a minor profit. So, and
Yeah,
that's
like
really different.
right
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
guys that are watching this channel, like this lead team of 6 people, they could easily dump and make out like bandits, because think of the rise of what's been happening. I mean, it's literally millions of dollars. And I talked to Crypto Mike, you, and none of you are talking about selling anytime soon. You guys, it's like you're like thinking years and years down the road. And
for sure.
this is with the price of Ethereum hanging out around $2,500 to $2,800, and you're super bullish on Ethereum. So yeah, maybe before you even look at the protocol, talk to someone who's been watching this rise going like, I want to invest, but like, no, this is all-time high and I'm out.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So again, just to touch on a little bit more of what the team. So a lot of our wallets are doxed. Again, I mean, I show my wallet, the team wallet, on stream every day, and you can see that
That's so cool.
all we're doing is compounding. And a lot of the treasuries and the large holdings are under time lock or multi-sig. So there is some trustless,
Wow.
components there.
Multi-sig on
So
some. Yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah,
AJ, not to cut you off, but like
yeah,
a
totally.
lot of these guys that create miners or create these new protocols, they're not financially independent apart from the protocol. They're looking for this thing to be the thing that makes the money. And the temptation is there to rug pull because they see
Yes.
their TVL get up, where you're saying, I was already financially independent coming into this. I have multiple businesses, multi-millionaire. Like you're not getting into all that, but that's one thing I look at with devs is, are they creating this because they themselves need the money, or is this like a passion project, for them? They
For
want to
sure.
be the best in the business. And I mean, so that's reassuring to know. And you guys are proving it by showing, you said you show the wallets, you've got multi-sig on some of them. All of that is super encouraging that you're even public. Like that's crazy to me.
No doubt, brother. No doubt. And again, I mean, that's a huge part of it. And everybody asks about, audits, and we do. We have a reg doc audit. We have an OX guard audit. We're looking into other audits, but like Jonathan, audits are not the end all be all anymore,
Right.
brother.
Right.
It's really sad. I mean, you paid literally hundreds and thousands of dollars for these audits, and they don't catch anything. So
Yeah.
we're looking for a really legit partner in that right now, where we can really get behind them and they can get behind us, and
Yeah.
we
That
can
was one
pay,
thing. I,
yeah, to do the audit. Go ahead. Yeah,
As one thing I just noticed, Forex announced that he hired a developer that they hired from Certic to literally all he's doing is managing and watching code. And
for sure.
because Forex cares a lot about his reputation, and the last thing he wants is an exploit or something to, so yeah, I appreciate that. So we've talked about the lead team, we've talked about audits, we talked about security and you guys not dumping and all that. So, but again, go back to the investor who's watching this video going, hey, love the AJ's docs, love the hearing a story, all that. But like as an investor, am I too late to the game of EMP.money?
Absolutely. So today is an amazing example. I'm glad that we're doing the AMA today, because that answers your question right then and there. So again, we are about a 50 million TVL. We're a Tomb fork, but we have implemented a lot of other incredible changes on top of the economics, which we'll get into later. Detonator nodes, and my point to all that is, our founder, or the forefathers before us, Tomb, that had $1 billion TVL. So again, at 50 million TVL, we're still super duper early. And if you scroll down a little bit, Jonathan, go a little more right there. So where it says EMP ETH Pancake Swap LP, you can see that the LP token price right now is about $89. So again, with the pullback in ETH, this is an amazing opportunity to get LP very cheap. I mean, that's been about $100 for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So again, the fact that we are pegged to Ethereum, that actually helps us in the fact that you're able to DCA into the protocol when ETH is cheap. So it's really not about being early or late because um, again, this is why our economics are so solid. So in a typical project, the only way for you to profit is to sell your token for a higher price. So somebody has to lose for you to win. And again, whether it's an NFT, buying an NFT for a higher price or um, a native token of any other project, somebody has to buy your token at a higher price to win. With us, it's about the APRs and the yield that is generated. So again, if you go to farm, I mean, we're giving about anywhere from 0.5% a day up to 1.2% a day. There you go. And you click on view there on any of those. So yeah, there you go, 0.6% a day. Um, and the reason that is because we reward people in a secondary token. So you're not relying on dumping EMP, which is actually the worst thing you can do for the protocol. You take your profits in e-shares, and e-shares have been on a run lately. Again, I think when you did your video with us originally, they were about $1,000. Um,
Well,
now
le-
they're
now
yeah,
that
now
you
they're almost
now that
3,000.
now that you
Yeah,
mention that,
yeah, brother.
I
Hell
I
yeah.
wanted to know how much of a um of I wanted to show this here. If I go to my watch list, click on eShares, I left a note. Okay, I made a note when we went live with my AMA, and you can
I
zoom
love it.
in. You can see this green line. Everybody, see this? We're down here at about 790, $800, and if you look at the price today, it's 2,800 right now as we speak, all-time high. This thing went up $2,000 since our AMA. So AJ, you owe me a couple $100, bro.
I know, bro. I know, no doubt. I owe you a beer, brother.
No,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
been
yeah.
super kind, and he did, full disclosure, he did send me something because he was thankful for the exposure.
For
But it's
sure.
not just me exposing something. I have a million opportunities to expose any project, but I only want to expose the good ones to my team, and I want to invest myself in something that I can trust, a lead team, and you guys are hitting all that. So what do you think happened? Like, why is this thing blowing up?
Yeah, brother. So again, I mean, your timing was pretty epic. Again, I think that the TVO was like 14 million when we did our video, and now it's 50. But again, we're still so early. I mean, again, we can have hundreds and thousands of TVL, if not a billion in
Well,
TVL. And
where
I know, yeah, go ahead.
like
Yeah,
where is this money coming
yeah.
from? Like, is
So
this
yeah.
real money? Like 50 million bucks right here? Is that like that's real investor money?
For sure, bro. So that is and I'm so glad you brought this up because it's really, really important. So liquidity is king. And again, a lot of projects have inflated market caps or inflated valuations because their liquidity is so low that yeah, you may have a lot of money on paper, but when you go to sell or buy that token, you push the price up and down, multiple percentage points just based on that alone. So what makes EMP so different
Yeah.
is our deep, deep liquidity. So if you scroll down a little bit again, brother,
Well, and
um,
just to be
yeah, I
clear to
can show you what
everybody,
it is. Yeah,
the higher this TVL, the better it is, because let's say someone does dump $100,000, it's this TVL goes, who cares? Whereas if
yes,
this thing is only $1 million or 2 million, which a lot of these projects don't even get it to be that much, you sell 100,000, oh my gosh, this thing tanks the price. So that's why, guys, EJ's or AJ's saying this thing gets stronger the higher the TVL, the more liquidity. Yeah, so let's scroll down here.
yep, absolutely. So right there, you can see the liquidity right there. again the EMP ETH right there, perfect 20. So just $20 million in liquidity. Again, it's massive, and the TVL accounts for all the circulating supply of EMP and eShare. So again, as the price of eShare and EMP goes up, the TVL will naturally go up anyway. But the fact that
Right.
we're more than a little less than half of our TVL is in actual liquidity is just so bullish. I mean, again, no other project can say that. Um,
Right.
again, on BSC at least.
Okay.
Tomb has about 50 million in TVL, and we can easily get there. Again, Tomb is almost a year older than we are,
Tomb has
so
what?
yeah,
What did you say Tomb has?
50 million in liquidity. They have
Okay.
about, last I looked, they had about 400,000 in TVL. But again, at one point they had a billion in TVL.
Yeah. And you start getting major investors attention when you start breaking some of these levels like 50 million, 60,
Yes,
70, 80. So
for sure.
let's do this, because to a regular investor, they might be looking at this and get confused when they come to the website. I know I was.
Yes,
I love that you guys have offered this free academy, and it's not just some like, yeah, we throw up this thing. A lot of people do begin their journey taking this free academy. It's super helpful. But maybe you could quickly, to someone that has $1,000, 5,000, 10,000, they're like, man, I don't want to miss this. What give them some advice. Like, how does this thing work? Where do you begin?
absolutely, brother. So again, I know that it's overwhelming. I completely understand that. Even for DeFi veterans, they come to this and they're like, where do I even start? So, but we try to make it as easy as we possibly can. And again, we're an industry leader in the things that we've done to do that. So the Academy is a perfect example. I mean, what other project has put together literally a free online course that you can do in about an hour and a half, that literally explains the protocol from nuts to soup. I mean, soup to nuts. So I mean, it's from the beginning to the end. So again, I would say definitely start there. But I know everybody wants to ape and get in, and so we one of our community members came up with this awesome analogy, where you're actually paid to learn. So if you want to you want to take the free academy, but you don't want to waste any time, the perfect way to start is in our auto vaults. So if you go to auto vaults at the top, there you go, perfect. I would say again, we recommend at least 80%, not financial advice, just based on ideal strategies. So if you had $1,000, I would take 800 of that, and I would do 400 EMP and 400 ETH, and I would go right into the ETH EMP LP exactly. So click that, Jonathan. You can see there's over 4 million in this pool. We're on Beefy as well. We have another about 4 million in TVL and Beefy in their auto vault, as well as Auto Farm. And what this does is you're going to deposit your EMP LP, and it will take the eShare emissions that you would get from farming, automatically sells those eShares, and buys more ETH and EMP LP. So it's a way to compound every day at 0.6% daily. I mean, where are you going to find that on a blue chip? I mean, it's insane to be exposed to ETH and to still be able to earn that every day. Um, and again, our LP is backed by half actual BEP20 Ethereum. So it's not some random token, that we made up out of thin air. It's actual ETH that's backed by Binance. Again, one for one. So yeah, that would be a great way to start. And then you can start earning. And this is really healthy for the protocol, because it always puts constant buying pressure on EMP. Um, and then you can dive in and learn more. So
Now,
the
can
EMP
they
LP is king. Yeah,
can
go
they
ahead.
do that? You mentioned going to auto vaults. What about coming here, clicking view, and then hitting this add liquidity
Yep,
after you've done the zap? I like the zap button because you don't have to create your own liquidity pair, right? Um,
absolutely. So yeah, if you hit Zap
so
right there,
this is
yeah,
on the Binance Smart Chain, everybody, by the way. So like, what do I Binance Smart Chain? So I've got 55 BNB. If I click max, then
yeah,
it will create
yeah.
zap. It will create just me doing that. What is the slippage? What's the secret here? Is it
Yeah, so you
2%?
You can leave it at 2, you can put it down to 1. Again, we've optimized, the algorithm, so there really
Okay.
is not a lot of slippage at all.
Okay,
In the
so
be yeah,
you click zap and you're zapped in. Now that creates an LP. Then you got to come back here, add the LP,
correct.
boom, confirm. And then here I start earning these E shares, which are these glorious all-time high, things right
Yes.
here. But what you mentioned going to auto vaults instead and doing the same thing over here. Why go here and not the farms?
So the auto vaults are really hands off. So again, if you're really into passive income, you just want to set it and forget it kind of a thing, that's a great way to get started. But you're 100% right, Jonathan. If you're bullish on eShare, then I would just put it right into the farm on our actual website, and then you can accumulate eShare and decide whether to sell it on your own and take pure profit, or go into our boardroom. So that was the next thing I wanted to highlight. So again, the boardroom is how we handle our controlled inflation. So anybody that puts e-shares into the boardroom will be entitled to get new EMP from the system by our controlled inflation. So it happens every 6 hours, which we call an epoch. And again, that's 4 times a day. You could be getting massive payouts in EMP. And again, we do not suggest aping into eShare. Again, what are the projectors going to tell you not to ape into their token? But we want people to win. So the idea is that you go into that EMP ETH LP and actually farm your E shares. So by farming them, you have a lot less risk. Whatever you farm, you can put into the boardroom and then start earning that way. What happens is some people will ape into eShare and go all in the boardroom, and now they're producing all this EMP. Um, and just by dumping the EMP on the market, that really hurts the protocol. And this is a really key feature of why we've been so successful, is because we educate our community on best practices. So again, EMP is really a utility token to be able to earn you more eShare. So yeah, can you sell EMP? Absolutely, and that's your prerogative. But the beautiful thing about our protocol is the selfish thing to do from an investment standpoint is actually the best thing for the protocol, and that's to actually use your EMP to make you more crypto. So again, always building your farm position or going into nodes with that liquid EMP rather than selling it will actually make you more over the long run.
Right. Can you explain what this peg means, this 1.05?
For sure. So that's our time weighted average price, or TWAP, and that is calculated on the peg. So if you go back to the homepage real fast, it's a little bit easier to see. So and scroll down just a little. Right there it is. So right now we are at a 1.056 above peg. So if that number is 1.01 or higher, that means the boardroom is printing. And this is the way that the system protects itself. And again, doesn't allow inflation to run out of control.
How long
So
how long has it been printing? Do you guys have like a long run rate?
we do, brother. We have been above peg, other than like maybe 1 or 2 cycles, for like 48 days. And we've been printing every day above peg for 28 days. So again, we're closing in on being above peg longer than we have been below peg.
So
And again, yeah, yeah.
how does the community help you stay above peg? What's the best thing to do to stay above peg?
So again, the best thing to do is to not take profit in actual EMP,
In
and
EMP, okay.
exactly, and instead you build your position in EMP to build more E shares, and then you can sell E share, on a whim at your will, and it doesn't hurt the protocol at all. The layered approach with this is just so powerful that you're not hurting your native asset, your
So
underlying asset, to be able to take profits.
okay, so I'm in the boardroom, let's say, and now I'm making all this EMP. What do I do with it now? Just leave it in my MetaMask?
Yeah, so the idea is, again, that you want to start heavy in the EMP LP farm, so that whatever emissions you're getting from the boardroom, you have enough eShare to pair up with that as profit, or bring in new capital and DCA by pairing up your ETH with the EMP that the boardroom prints. Now, I understand a lot of people, um, can't afford to keep bringing over new profits. So, a great way too with that excess EMP is through our nodes. So if you go to nodes,
Okay, so what he's saying is
yeah.
you're gonna earn eventually if you're in the boardroom, you're gonna get all this EMP and you can sit on it in your MetaMask. You can sell it, which he is saying, hey, it's not the best thing to do, or you can come here to nodes. And what do we do here?
So yeah, and again, let me just reiterate real fast. So the EMP that you're getting from the boardroom, literally the best thing you can do is go back into farms. So again,
Okay.
half of that should be EMP. Yeah, exactly. The EMP is LP. So half of that is EMP and half of that is Ethereum. So again, that's why a lot of people make the mistake of aping into the boardroom and now they have all this EMP and they don't know what to do with it. So that's why, again, it's very, very advisable not to ape into the boardroom and to build your position in the LP farm first,
How do
and
they
then you can go into the boardroom. Yeah.
how do they create, so they got a bag of EMP, how do they create the pair?
So yeah, you can zap EMP as well.
Oh,
So
really?
that,
So if
yep,
I come here,
yep,
bam, guys, look at that. That's what he's saying. He's saying zap your EMP, add it
yeah.
more so you keep earning more E shares. And you're like, I don't want E shares. Well, you're an idiot because look at E shares. This is what you want, douchebags. 2,842 all-time high. And that's why, and you're saying the reason why we're at all-time high is because we've got a bunch of good actors. The reason you have good actors is you have an amazing community. The reason you have an amazing community is because you fricking do AMAs every day. You talk to your community about how to sustain the protocol so that everybody makes money. And yeah, like I just love this. So okay, go back to nodes. I'm getting excited. Or
Yeah,
so you're
for
saying
sure.
the best thing to do, go to the farm, zap in your little EMP that you've been earning, or go here to nodes. And what do we do here at nodes?
Yeah, no doubt. So again, just to clarify a little bit more, zapping is really powerful, but that is still considered selling half of your EMP, which can in turn hurt peg. So
Because you're
that
making the pair. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's just something to be aware of. Again, zapping is way better than just dumping
Selling.
EMP for sure. But there are again, and there are people in our Telegram. We literally have 50 admins that have all been part of what we call our EMP army. That are there willing to help you one on one. Really dial in, the best strategies. And like I said, it's one of the only protocols where the best strategy for the investor is also the best strategy for the protocol. I mean, that is unheard of. So again, I just want to reiterate all that. And then yeah, nodes are really important as well. So this is why we've been able to maintain above peg on top of the detonator, which we'll get to that after this. But we have a way to lock up a lot of the circulating supply of EMP. So say you have some extra EMP, you don't have enough to zap in, or you don't want to zap in. This is a great way to build your position um, in straight EMP as well. So
So,
nodes,
yeah,
yep,
what does this
yep,
look like? Because I notice here you've got all these giga nodes, mega node, kilonode, whatever. Now I click on giga, which is the biggest one here. I like the sounds of giga node.
yes, bro.
Now what is 8,000? What?
So it'd be 8,000 EMP.
Okay.
So yeah,
An EMP, which is valued at 5,476. So I think I have at least this much right now. So what would I do? I would click approve, and then I all of a sudden I own a giga node. What's happening? I'm just earning more EMP.
correct. So again, this was we developed these nodes, and this is a very different economic model than a lot of these other nodes. Again, it was a buzzword over the last few months of these node projects, but the node economics on 99% of all these projects are flawed because they reward you in their native currency, and the only way to take profit is to dump that currency. So again, we have really improved on that. And what happens is whatever EMP that you use to buy your node, that is EMP that's already in the ecosystem. So it's not inflationary.
It's locked in.
Yeah, exactly. EMP overall is inflationary, but the only way to get into EMP is, like I said earlier, through the boardroom. So nodes are just a way to earn on the EMP that's already in the system. So these, again, you buy the node, it goes to a reward pool, and then just like Drip or any other ROI contract, you get again a percentage a day um based on your investment. So
What is, I see
yeah.
today it's 1.58. Does this number fluctuate?
It does. It is variable, and it's another. It's again, we're industry leader on variable APY that's based on the peg. So the higher the peg
Uh,
price, the higher the APR.
oh,
So
wow.
this is another
So
reason, yeah,
the
why you
last
want to
28
stay above
days,
peg.
last 28 days,
Yeah.
probably been around this area, which is better than drip faucet.
Yes, bro, we've been killing it. And so again, it's a way to you get 400% ROI on your node. And once that ROI is complete, then that node no longer produces. So that's another really
Oh,
bullish
okay.
thing. That again, other node projects just allow you to earn forever.
Yeah.
With us, it's only 400%. And then depending on the size of the node, there's an efficiency multiplier. So it's not really unfair for the little guys. Again, no matter what node you have, you're still getting a 400% ROI. Um, but the larger nodes return just a little bit faster. So again, you can think of it as a race car. Every node is going to get to the finish line,
Yeah.
but the larger nodes have more horsepower.
All right,
So
I gotta pick up a giganode then. Now when I pick up my giganode, I'm gonna start making EMP. Can I sell this EMP now?
no, so again, that's why we
AJ, I gotta
suggest,
sell
yeah,
something. Okay. I don't
I
I gotta
know,
make
brother.
some profit.
I know, brother, and that's the beauty of it. So, again, the way you get profit is through eShare, and
Ah,
once you finally realize this, the light bulb goes off, and it takes some time to really um, understand. But once you do, it's amazing, and that's why we don't really suggest going into boardroom or nodes right off the bat. Again,
yeah,
EMP LP farm is really where you want to start. But then once you understand the ecosystem, nodes are a way to really produce more EMP and then allow you to use that EMP to build your positions in the farms. And
yeah,
half of that is actual Ethereum. So why wouldn't you be bullish on wanting to build a position on ETH? We are truly fractionalized ETH.
yeah.
So just like
He's saying,
Satoshi is to Bitcoin, EMP would be to Ethereum.
okay, so look at he's saying, guys, yeah, your node is gonna earn you more EMP. And you're like, yeah, but it took me EMP to get the node. Okay. Yeah, but EMP is like this masquerading thing because it actually converts into half Ethereum. If you come here and click the zap button, that you can create half Ethereum, half EMP pair. So that's where like the value of EMP, it being able to convert. Look, I'm showing you, you can convert EMP. It takes EMP. It's not just add your BNB, it's add your EMP. So that's hugely valuable. Um, and then you've got, let's talk about the detonator. Like this is like the drip faucet. We haven't even talked about this. See how complex this is, guys. There's so many ways to play this game. Um, I'm
Yeah,
in I'm in
we
the
lit-
detonator.
we literally have 11 ways to earn in the ecosystem. It's insane. So go
That's
ahead,
good.
Jonathan. Yeah.
First of all, congrats on this taco ad. Everybody makes fun of you for it, but you're the last one
Yeah.
laughing. Explain to people why you allow for this ad on the detonator.
Yeah, man. So we're all about revenue generating items. So we run sponsored ads at the top of Detonator. Right now it's El
Does
Taco
that money go
Finance.
straight to you, AJ, in the development?
No, no, brother. That money goes to
See, I asked
buying.
the hard
Yeah,
questions
I
on
love
here.
it. No, hell yeah, man. Again, and you'll know. I mean, once you join our AMAs, there is literally no question off the
No, I
table.
have. That's
Yeah.
why
So
I
yeah,
that's why
and
I'm
yeah,
asking, because I know it's
yeah,
not going to AJ doesn't need your stupid money, you douchebags. Okay. He's
yeah.
fine. Okay, so you have this, you allow for sponsored ads. And now why is that beneficial to me as an investor in your protocol?
Yes. So again, El Taco Node, and let me make it clear too. These are not just random ads. These are ads that we've actually vetted their team, and we believe in what they're doing. So it's not going to be a scam. To the best of our ability. Another one of our partners was Hydro Whales, which was another NFT project. So anyway, what happens is they partner with us. They make an investment into our treasury. So just like that EMP LP farm, they have gone into that and are actually being a good actor in our system of over $100,000. So again, it goes to buy back EMP, it goes to support the ecosystem, and we support projects that support us.
Okay,
So
well, I want to see this filled with ads. So going forward, okay, I want
yes,
the whole page just to be pop-up
all
ads,
ads.
1990s version, like all these banner
Yes.
ads, and then like a uh McAfee virus antivirus ad where you oh my gosh. Anyways, okay,
Yes.
so let's explain this detonator because this is faucet on steroids. You can see this timer. Let's start here. What is this timer? Um, I got 3 hours left to do what? Is this automatic? Do I have to come here and compound? By the way, drip, you are compounding a single native asset. You're depositing drip and you're getting drip. With this sucker, you're not getting some stupid native coin like you're getting pizza coin. No, you're getting this pair. It's like the faucet, but you're winning a pair. And why do you care about EMP ETH pair? Because half of it is freaking Ethereum, you douchebag. So imagine that you're in a faucet, but you're earning not drip because you've seen the price of drip go down, 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 down. Well, you're earning Ethereum in detonator, and that's why everybody loves this detonator. So I'm going to stop talking, explain to the newbie what the heck is going on with detonator.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. So I want to start out by again just giving love to Forex, and this is not a drip killer by any means. We can all, thrive in the DeFi world, and this
Exactly.
is just another opportunity for those that want to be exposed to passive income.
I
So
love
we,
that. You're
yeah,
so
yeah.
kind, AJ. I love it.
No, brother. Again, I want to give credit where credit's due, and I'm as about a genuine person you're gonna meet. I have no ulterior motives. I just want everybody to win, and again, we've been proving that with our track record. So, Detonator is a monster. It's based on about 10 different. Sorry about the background noise. My dogs are going
Bro, my
crazy.
my
So,
channel
yeah.
knows I have a dog. We're used to dogs. No worries.
All right, brother. Good deal. So yeah, detonator is our crown jewel. What I like to say. So it's basically a glorified ROI contract. Just like you said, just drip or any of these other miners that are unsustainable or the garden contract. I mean, we've taken all this code and all this knowledge and we have built upon it and we've incorporated about again 30 different projects of what's been successful for them and even built our own mechanisms on top through game theory and other economic models to make this thing a monster. So it's only been running about 2 months. Um, and again, at the core, you like you said, it's EMP ETH LP. So you're depositing LP tokens. You're not depositing just a native token. And what this does, it locks up um, a lot of liquidity for the protocol, and it's been another reason why we have really deep liquidity. And again, that we're able to stay above peg like we had because all this LP is not in the farm; it's in this contract, paying its investors. So you get 1%, roughly 1%. We don't guarantee 1%. Some days it's above 1%, some days it's below 1%. But that's a good metric, and it's a 365% return over the life of your contract. So again, I know a lot of your people are pretty familiar with this. The idea is that you're compounding more than you're claiming. We suggest a 5-2 strategy where you're compounding 5 days and claiming 2 days. Um, and then we have a lot of unique economics as well.
What
So
is
you
this?
asked,
What is this? If I compound, I get 20% savings. What does that mean?
yep. So we've gotten rid of all of our compound taxes. So if you claim, you're subject to a 20% tax. But if you compound, you get a zero tax. So, and just to be clear too, that tax is not on your principal. That tax is on your time. So you're still able to 365% your investment.
Mhm.
It just extends the amount of time it takes to reach that ROI. So, and that'll be really important here in a minute when I explain the countdown. So, again, we have a 24-hour cycle, and this is again really unique where no other contract has done this. So, um, at the end of this 24 hours, the reward pool actually gets rolled over. So, if you do not claim or compound within that 24-hour period, then your rewards go back to the pool. And on the surface, people are like, "What the hell? That sucks." But
Yeah, when I was in the Philippines the past couple weeks, there was some days where I wasn't able to see how this timer, guys, like I need to compound. I don't have my wallet pulled up here, but I could either compound or claim. I have to do that action every day before this timer. Well, there's some days where I'm not going to it, and I used to be super depressed about it because I was like, oh, I just lost $100 or whatever. Like I could have claimed, I could have compounded, but AJ, it's true that's like it's not a true loss. It just means that that 3.65x isn't going to happen a day earlier. It's going to happen now a day later, a day later.
exactly,
And
exactly,
so
brother.
that's fine. When I started realizing that, like it was like, oh, I didn't lose money. It just means I'm going to get rich a day later now, you know?
Yep, 100. You said it perfect. That was a great example or explanation. And again, I know it takes a while for people to realize that, and it's understandable. But and that is so bullish for the contract
Yeah, so
because now,
explain
yeah,
that because
yeah,
people are like, why can't he do an auto compounder? I hate that. You have to come here every day. Why don't you fix
yeah.
that? And I'm like, this is part of the game theory, douchebag. AJ, why did you incorporate this on there?
Yes, so for sure. And again, we have been toying around with the idea of some sort of NFT that you can buy to
Oh
be an auto
yeah.
compounder. So
Alpha,
again, that
alpha.
alpha exactly, that's not off the table either. But yeah, it's super beneficial for the contract because now you can't build up a massive bag over multiple days of your rewards and then dump it on everybody's heads. Again, that's why it adds a lot of stability to the contract, and if you forget to claim, all it does is continue to feed and help the sustainability of the contract overall. And we have literally been growing the pool balance literally every day except for maybe two or three over the last 2 months. So right now there's 41,364 LP um, in the contract balance. Again, every day it continues to grow. That's just under $3.7 million.
So
Yeah, and we can see
what
get more
AJ's
than that.
saying to the common folk is this thing should be depleting, okay? Because that means everybody's clicking claim, 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 right? So it should be getting lower, lower. He's saying, no, no, no. It's growing every day. So for you that think you're coming in late, remember, because you don't want to get in a minor, when the contract balance is going down, you want to get it in when
Exactly.
they're going up. So what he's telling you is like, if you want to get in something that's growing and going up and to the right so far, now's the time. And that's why I have a ton of my money in Detonator as well, because this detonator is very healthy. It's very healthy right now.
For
And I
sure.
think it's
And
healthy because of some of these little things. Like I wish Drip kind of had this. And I also wish Drip had something else I'm going to ask about in a second. But go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
yeah,
I
brother.
don't mean to
So
compare. Everybody in the Drip community, relax. Okay. Everything
yeah.
Drip is perfect. Animal Farms, everything's perfect. Okay. There you go for all the snowflakes. Go ahead,
Yeah.
AJ.
So yeah, as if all that mechanics I just thought about wasn't bullish enough, we have even more things that we've layered on top that really make Detonator exceptional. So every day we give away 2% of the overall prize pool to random winners, and again, that right now that's about 80 grand a day that we're
Wow.
giving away. So what that is through two mechanisms. So 1% of the pool goes to the top depositor of the day. So if you're a whale or you want to enter into EMP or into detonator rather, you the largest deposit of the day will win 1% of the protocol reward. So right now that is 38 LP, which again would be winning almost $37,000. Um,
Wait,
we've
wait.
seen,
So
yeah,
this guy, so whoever this wallet address is, they deposited in the detonator 38 LP. Now they did
correct.
so not because they want to win some lottery or whatever, because they want to take advantage of making up to 1% per day in this liquidity pair. They like the idea of making some Ethereum passive income, okay? But you're saying right now this guy is the leader. He's only put in about 3,400 bucks of his hard-earned money, and now, right now, if the clock went to zero, he would win 40,000 bucks.
Yep, $37,000. Again, it's dependent on the price of ETH, so it
Right.
goes up and down. But right now, you can see exactly 413 LP, so just under 37 thousand. And yeah, so what this does is this is a built-in mechanism that drives volume into the contract. So what 6% of all deposits into Detonator are distributed to all the people that are already in Detonator as what we call an instant reward. So this is why, again, I said some days it's over 1% a day, is because if there's a lot of volume, you could be earning a substantial amount just from the instant reward. So um, the daily burst, which is over there on the right, it says zero for you because you're not connected. But the daily burst is what you get from the contract, basically the minimum guaranteed amount every day. So that's how you can do the math once you enter. But again, this builds volume, and we call it snipe. So when we do our AMAs, we do it at the end of the detonator countdown,
So in
and
3 hours and 32 minutes, you're going to be doing an AMA.
yep, and we're
Okay.
in the Telegram, and most days we're on YouTube as well, and we are literally partying because we see all these last minute snipers
Oh, I
going
bet.
for that largest deposit, and it's epic, man. I mean, we're high
Yeah.
fiving. I mean, it's
So
insane.
here's the
So
thing. Like, I actually know some people that have won this, AJ, and because they're in our Telegram and they're like, I just won 40,000 bucks. And like, it just frustrates me because I really think this system, if applied to drip, oh my gosh, because what you said is so important. No one's talking about this, by the way. Um, because you're saying every day you have all this liquidity, this volume of capital, fresh capital, guys, coming into your protocol. And they're doing it and they're trying to compete because they want to be the top player. Like this guy is like 3,400 bucks of his own money in here, but he's not only doing that because he wants to win here in the detonator, just daily ROI, but he could win 40,000 if he's the last man standing. And this is happening every day to people playing, but it's also happening. So about 40,000 goes to that guy. But you're saying just you being in the contract every day, you get tickets to winning some random prize, right? That's
so
the
yeah,
second prize.
that's the next thing. So let's go into that. So again, if you're in the contract and you're not doing anything, you still don't get tickets. But however, you can get a total of 50 tickets a day for fresh deposits and 50 tickets a day for compounding. So this is another reason that we
Ah,
incentivize compounding because you're able to get tickets. And so this is a lossless lottery for the same reason our top deposit prize is lossless. Like you still get credit for your deposit. This is just another cherry uh, on top of the cake, so to speak.
right. So every
So yeah,
day, AJ, like I'm in detonator. If I click compound, not only am I getting the savings, but I'm also creating tickets for myself. Your total tickets is 50 here, it'll say. And
yep.
then it's how do I know it's randomized? It's not you and the lead team just taking all the fake earnings.
No, not at all. So again, and this I'm glad you brought this up as well. So Detonator is so valuable. I get emails literally every day of people offering us hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy this contract. And
Oh my
Detonator
gosh.
is closed source. So it is closed
Whoa.
source. We are working on
Can
getting
you
an
sell it
audit.
to
Yeah.
Forex, please? I want this for
Yeah.
drip. I want this
Yeah.
for faucet so bad.
Yeah.
No one else, not one other YouTuber is talking about this. You're
Yeah.
hearing it here first, guys. This, you want drip price to go up? Don't tell anybody where you heard it, but I'm just saying because I see it every day how much LP is getting added to your protocol because people want to win this lottery. 40,000 bucks. If I put in a couple grand or whatever, I could win. And if I click compound every day, I could win 40 grand. You not think that goes in my brain every time I think about clicking compound or claim? Where's the
No doubt.
incentive in drip? Where's the incentive in
Yeah.
all these other And you're saying, yeah, Jonathan, this code, yes, we are a fork of Tomb, but this thing right here, the detonator, it's freaking secret sauce.
It is, brother, and it is closed source, but you can see on-chain data of the winners that win the lottery. They're going into the contract, so it is still verifiable on-chain. But the way that we do all the inner workings is closed source. And again, it's not only because it's proprietary. software, but it's also to prevent exploits. I mean, again, we don't want people to know the secret sauce, to be able to gamify it. So again, and we're working on a legit audit. Again, I don't want to just. We'd have to have a non-disclosure agreement, and we want an audit company that's worth their weight, to even do the audit. So that's where we're
Yeah,
at right now. But yeah,
I
yeah,
was thinking about starting an audit company because it literally doesn't matter. It seems like all these audit companies. So, but if
yeah,
you're, it seems like you're looking after the legit ones, and you're like doxing now, which is awesome. And
yeah,
I just, there's so many good things happening. You could tell I'm excited about it. And every
for
day,
sure.
guys, if you got questions, you join their Telegram and you're gonna talk to, you'll hear AJ's voice. They ain't going anywhere. These guys are so bullish on this project, it's ridiculous. And
Yep.
you're playing with Ethereum. Anybody excited about Ethereum? It's the #2 coin. Every nation in the world has investors that are invested in Ethereum. It's awesome. Well, but let me transition and talk about that. Um, let's
Yeah.
get
Let
in.
me.
I want to, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead,
real
finish
fast,
that, and then I
John.
have another topic I want to get to that I think people want to talk about.
All right, yeah, just let me just wrap this up real fast. So again, back to the whole countdown timer and what you said earlier about being on people's minds, the daily engagement. I mean, the fact that you
Yes.
have to come here every day and click a button. I mean, that is 2,000 people. I mean, right now there's 2,097 users in the protocol. Drip has like 100,000. So just imagine how early we are.
Wow.
That's another good bit of info. Um, but
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh,
they are
guys.
they are literally checking in every day, and that is massive for our SEO. Again, to be on people's minds. I mean, it's built-in marketing. You know, the game theory behind this is just incredible. And so,
Well, and
one
that's why
last thing.
I
Yeah,
get so passionate because I my background is in marketing, and I see like the lottery, the top deposit prize, and then the randomized prize, and how big these prizes are. They, and then when someone wins it, you not think they're gonna go talk about it. They're gonna, and they're coming into your group, they're talking about it, then they tell their friends about it. They show, look, I just won 40 grand. And it's just crazy. It's all, it's such good game theory. It's good marketing. And it's the top. Everybody comes to this website every day. So
yeah,
it's not like people are forgetting about their investment. Like I own a bunch of Apple and Tesla. I don't look at it every day. And but here I have to come and enjoy seeing like what's happening in your ecosystem. And
totally.
to think that you just said, like, you could look at that a couple ways and go, oh wow, only a couple thousand people are in detonator. Well, you just said like Drip has, who knows, 70 to 100,000 people in the faucet. I don't know if, is it public how many people are in the faucet?
Yeah, I think the last I heard it was 100,000. I know it was 70 for a while, but over the last few months, it's just continued to
Yeah,
grow. But yeah,
and like people when they finally they see like, wow, there's other protocols that are legit with legit lead teams. There's
for
no
sure.
reason that we can't get a portion of those 100,000 drippers to come on over and check out Detonator, check out the whole ecosystem. It's for people that like Ethereum, which is, I don't know anyone in crypto that doesn't have a bag of Ethereum. So um
Yeah, absolutely. And so let me just do one more thing, Jonathan. A few more highlights, and again to touch on that too. I mean, I'm an original drip whale. I have nothing but love for Forex, and I think that
yeah,
we can build on this ecosystem together. And
yeah,
again, who knows? I hope that there's an opportunity working together with Forex down the road, through Animal Farm or whatever that might look like. I'm open to all that. So and let me just again clarify a few things, and then we'll move on. So one last thing about the lottery. Again, you get tickets depending on how much LP you have. So again, you want to make sure you're depositing enough that when you compound, you're at least able to compound 0.12 LP. It's about $10 at current prices, and for every 0.12 LP on the compound, you get a ticket for a maximum of 50, and every 0.15 LP that you're depositing rather than compounding, you get a ticket. And this again keeps it fair because not one wallet is able to have 1,000 tickets.
got
You're
it.
capped based on your wallet of 100 tickets um, a day. So, and if you do win the largest depositor or the lottery, those winnings are actually compounded for you. So again, on the surface, it's like, well, what the hell? You mean I don't really win that money? Well, no, you're not able to dump, $40,000 on the community on top of their heads.
Yep.
But as a reward, you're able to ROI on the winnings. So that 40 grand turns into like 120 grand over the life of the contract.
Yeah, it's
And
probably
yeah,
harder anyways than to give someone just a check and here, go spend it. It's like, no, you just increased your daily,
exactly. And
spending money.
yeah, and you can continue to claim every day. Again, we don't suggest that, but
Yeah.
that's
You
what you
can't
can
stop
do.
them.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And people are, and that's why the ecosystem is so healthy because there are people that are straight claiming, and they're gonna get left behind when the rest of us that are building positions will make even more money over the long run. So, all right, brother, that was all my rant on
Yeah, yeah.
detonator. Yeah, but
So
yeah, what else, bro? Go
we
ahead.
talked about the protocol. We talked about the team. We talked about your audits. We talked about the bullish momentum since our last AMA with Crypto Mike. I flew to Texas. I wanted to meet with Mike. I talked with you. You came on via phone. Now you're here, Doxed. Everything's going great.
Yes.
But what about this big disruptor that nobody's bringing up, and we need to bring it up here? Pulse chain. Pulse.
Yes, brother.
What plans do you have? Because everyone's like, oh, Ethereum 2.0, it's not going to happen, but Pulse chain is going to happen. It's going to dilute from Ethereum, blah, blah, blah. What are your thoughts on this? And how is EMP.money adjusting to what could happen?
Absolutely, bro. This is again some more alpha. We were the first to drop it on your channel originally, and now we have even more updates. So yeah, bro, we're really involved in the ecosystem. I'm a Hex participant. Large sacrifice for Pulse Chain.
How much
And
hex you got? How much hex you got?
I'm not gonna tell you, bro, but it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
More
Yeah,
than the
so
value of my house?
probably.
Oh, and I live in a nice house.
Oh, no doubt, bro. So yeah, I again, we're always looking for the next opportunity. And I think Pulse Chain, again, everybody thinks that's going to be an Ethereum killer.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a layer 2 killer. So I think that Phantom and Avalanche and all these other layer 2s are going to have a really hard time when Pulse Chain launches. I think
You just
Ethereum is
got so
already
much hate. You are now the most hated man in crypto for saying.
I know.
But
I
bro,
know. Bring it on.
I think in the same thing. AVAX, all the like, I'm like, man, like I just see it being diluted because. But okay, finish your thoughts. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, brother. No, so absolutely. I mean, we're seeing it now with Chronos. Chronos has been really struggling, and again, it's no shame on them, but there are going to be better options out there, and really, it's about what is being built on those chains. So Ethereum already has its foothold. It already has. It's already the leader in NFTs. There's already so much volume being transacted on Ethereum that it really is going to be difficult to kill that, and so. Um, and again, I mean, these layer twos, maybe there is some sort of great software on there that you have to go there just to experience that. But all these developers are going to go where the money is. And I think that we're going to see a lot of movement from these layer twos onto Pulse Chain. And I think that's where the real value is. So we are launching our own sister project on Pulse Chain.
Whoa,
It'll
whoa,
be
whoa. Time out. Wait, what?
yeah. Yeah, brother. So again, we're in the development stages now. It's not going to take away from EMP. We have an entire separate team um, helping us with it. Again, we're still involved as far as management and Jake, our head developer, because the code is really the easy part because it's already been done.
Mhm.
We just have to wait for Pulse Chain to launch, and what we'll do is it'll be another seniors project. But it'll be again, we haven't really 100% solidified the economics, but it'll be exposure to Pulse. So you'll be able to get exposed to, again, one-to-one through Pulse. just again, like Tomb was 1-to-1 to Phantom,
Right.
it'll be a similar setup than that. So,
So
and
even
what
if you
happened
are like scared about Ethereum, it's like, hey, we'll play Ethereum and then play this new project with Pulse Chain. Have
exactly.
a bag of each, you know?
Yep, and a portion of all of our treasury on the new project will be feeding the EMP mothership. So EMP is
Oh wow.
always going to be king, and
That's dope.
if you want to get involved in the new project, you have to be involved in EMP to get early access. So
That's
again,
great. That's an awesome idea. And what, any names of the new project yet?
oh man, I have it, but I'm not ready to give it out yet. We have to again secure the domain, which we already have, but and we're building the Telegram now. I just don't want any imposters to go out
Yeah.
and do anything bad. But we have a name and it's epic and it fits right into our branding and everybody involved is going to be super bullish on this. So
Yeah,
um
even like once y- what guys, the fact that EMP.money gets to ride on the back of a huge monster in the crypto space, which is Pulse Chain, it's all coming. Once that thing is live, like everybody will be talking about it. AJ and his team are going to be able to say, "Hey guys, what do you want to play Pulse a little bit better than just owning the coin? Check out our protocol." And you, as a person that's invested in EMP.money, you get first mover advantage. You get to already be knowing about this. You'll be in before everybody else just because
exactly.
you're signed up with the Telegram. The question for you, is there going to be any reward system for that new project if someone has already been invested with you guys for months and months prior? Like, is there a way to reward people on the new project for that?
Yeah, so we have our EMP VIPs. We open it up every month for about 24 hours, and it's a way to submit your wallet address and your transaction history. And that's again why I said earlier about being good actors in the system.
Whoa.
If you're not dumping EMP and you're participating like you should be, and you're helping, and you're a good actor, then you get even more of an early access opportunity by being part of our VIPs. And again, that's all in our Discord and our Telegram. And we don't dox you. I mean, all we ask is the wallet
Your
address
wallet,
and
yeah.
yeah, and we can
Dude, and you track
yeah
their
go through
activity.
there.
That's so
Yeah,
smart. I
yeah,
wish other guys, lead teams, had
yeah,
these ideas and implemented that. It's
yeah.
so smart.
For sure, because we
You're
want the ones
rewarding
that
good
yeah,
actors.
yeah, bro, the ones that support us, we want to support them more than anything. So it's really magical. And again, we haven't really figured out whether we're gonna do a sacrifice phase or whether it's just gonna be a straight, early, basically a way to farm the token early. But all that will be released within the next 1 or 2 weeks because
Whoa.
again, word on the street is Pulse could be here sooner than later. So um, we're going to be prepared for that. And one last thing in regards to that. So the most valuable part of any project is its community. And we already have a built-in community with EMP
Oh
that is
yeah.
some of the brightest and most compassionate people in crypto. And when we launch this new project, the community is ready to hit the ground running
Yeah.
and already knows what to do.
Yeah, and you're gonna
You
have
know?
YouTubers like myself covering it, and then all of a sudden people are
Yes.
gonna go check it out. They're gonna see the chart going up to the right. They're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, how could they already have this much TVL in their project? They just launched yesterday." And then that
Yes.
gets it'll get all the Hex YouTubers, it'll get all the Pulse Chain YouTubers, it'll get all the Pulse X YouTubers, it'll get everybody talking about it. And you, because you're already in EMP.money, you already are a good actor. You're gonna be secretly already in the background before all the bags of money comes. And that's just an added bonus to what like we're just talking about the future. We're not even talking about how good it is to be in the ecosystem right now on a
For
day-to-day
sure.
basis.
For sure.
So
And we have a 5-year roadmap. We have a 1 year, a
wow.
5-year, and a 10-year roadmap. So all of this plays into that, and we're not going anywhere, brother. It's
AJ,
bullish.
I want to end this interview kind of on a personal note because
Yeah.
you had mentioned to me off camera at some point when I talked about like why crypto, and you had said something that stuck with me. You're like, look, in every other area, someone that sees your face and sees you in a wheelchair might go, might have like sympathy for you and say, "Oh, you're doing great work," or whatever. But you said something about with crypto, you get to be, no one judges you by how you look, by what you can accomplish with your two legs, your two arms, your, sports and all that. Like, you're being judged on, like, explain what it is you said, because it stuck with me, and I want you to say that to encourage people that might have a disability, might have something that's in their way, and how you process that and why you chose crypto to really manifest your gifts, your
Totally.
passions.
Yeah, brother. I'm so glad that you brought this up because it really is powerful and it gets me a little bit emotional. So, yeah, I think that crypto is the true equalizer. And not
Mm,
only from an economic standpoint, but from, a background standpoint as well. It doesn't matter, if, like you said, you have two legs, you're in a chair, you're black, you're white, you're red. It
yeah.
doesn't matter, it doesn't, crypto doesn't see that. And, I've been judged throughout my entire life, but I've never let that hold me back. I've always had the drive and the passion to overcome. Um, and again, I say that I have different abilities rather than a disability. And I think if you can have that kind of mindset moving forward, that you're able to accomplish anything that you put your mind to. And crypto is an amazing vehicle for that. We're not under any government entity or other person telling us what we can or can't do with our own money. And again, I think crypto just reinforces all that. So that's kind of again where my mindset is, bro. And I'm happy to be part of it.
Yeah. Well, man, I love your leadership. I love your transparency. Thank you for doxing yourself on this channel. And thank you for doing these daily AMAs. I know it's time consuming. You have so much money. You don't need to waste your time with a bunch of investors. You don't need to, like, but you do. And it comes across as being genuine. And I really do believe you want to help the little guy. You want to help someone that makes money from their job, working at McDonald's. They take 10% of that paycheck, they throw it into a protocol, and they make ROI. And I know you can't give financial advice. I know you're not responsible for the outcome of the protocol, but you've created something that's genuinely, it's really beautiful. And I think the way you lead your team to be good actors is working because they follow your lead and they don't want to screw AJ. And I love that because you need leadership in these protocols. So thanks for being a good communicator and for coming on here and giving us even the alpha of what's to come and the 5-year roadmap. So if you're a viewer of this channel, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to share this. Share this with your friends. Let people know who AJ is. Let them know about EMP.money because, yes, Drip has had amazing success. Animal Farm, hopefully, will have amazing success. But there are, like he said, there is an ability for tides to raise all ships. And there is a way to, right up against Drip and Animal Farm is to have EMP.money. And right now, EMP.money is down here. Hardly anyone knows about it. And it's like through these channels and through you sharing and talking about it, we can bring on new investors to something legit. And so I encourage you to take ownership in the community, share this, talk about it, and let's try to get this TVL to 100 million. We did 14 million, we got it to 50. Let's get it to 100 million. And yeah, so thank you, AJ. I really appreciate you coming on here and doing this.
Yes, brother, no doubt. And much love to you and your entire community. Again, after our first video, we had a bunch of your community come over, and now they are daily participants.
We're
I know
making money.
one off the top of my head, Greg, shout out to him. Again, I know a lot of your people
These
have,
admins.
yeah, man, they've been getting behind us, and yeah, brother, this is only the beginning, man, and we really appreciate the opportunity. And I want to say a personal thank you to you for getting involved objectively and doing your own research and now getting behind what we're doing, brother. It means a lot.
You are a breath of fresh air in a crazy DeFi space. Thank you, AJ. I love you, man. And we will talk soon. Share this video, like it, guys. Let's go. Let's go.
All
Thanks,
right.
AJ.
Love you too, brother. Later, guys.
Yeah.